Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new episode of Talking while playing Sky Battle. This time we have our guest. We have keyshinx. Say hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello,
It's me.
keyshinx. Could you please introduce yourself, keyshinx? What do you do?
Okay, I am an event player and also artist,
Ooh,
mostly.
yes.
And artist for event players.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. You make a lot of art with like a bunch of well, that's like fan art. It's not just really official art, but you
Yeah.
do. So yeah, like surprise, surprise, we're gonna be talking about art.
So shocking.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay, I'm also dead. Great start.
Do you do anything like besides like drawing event players?
I do commissions. I do a lot of like profile photos for people.
Oh yeah, I do.
Generally, yeah.
As a person who has
Generally
already
it's people
commissioned
in the
you.
event. Yeah.
Yep.
Generally it's people in the event community since that's just where I'm known. But um I don't post it, but I do a lot of like Pokemon art
Oh yeah.
just by
I know a
myself.
lot of
But
people that just like love Pokemon. I myself
mhm.
haven't watched Pokemon when I was a kid. I like watched
Oh really?
Beyblade and actually that's about it. It was really Beyblade. But
Just
yeah.
just
Anyways, let's get on with the fucking topics because I got a bunch of here which are spoiler warning, it's gonna be really spicy because my right-hand man Babsy has equipped some of the hottest and trendiest topics to talk about. So first off, let's get some really basic stuff. What got you into making art?
see it's a simple question, but it's also a difficult question because I've been drawing since I was very young and I never really like stopped, but it was during COVID that I actually started to like draw on my tablet and stuff. That's how I got into digital art specifically. But I always used to draw during like school and stuff, and I would create these like worlds in my head, and I
Oh,
would start to draw.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I realistically could also talk about myself a little bit because uh,
Mhm.
only a few people would know that I like am starting to make music. Because
Yeah.
later on we're gonna talk about some definitions because I want to get your opinion on that. And
Okay.
yeah, I just make music and that is considered art. And
Yes.
so next question, something related to it is let's get a little more philosophical. What is art to you? What is your definition of art?
Ooh. Okay. Art to me. Hold on, I gotta think about this. Art to me is anything that someone can like create using their imagination or creativity. It's like an outlet for their
Hmm.
creativity.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's more for me, art is just basically anything that expresses your emotions. So
Yeah.
in a way, you show your emotions through that, like well, yeah, it's through your art. What that could be like poetry, that could be like making like animation. I also consider making
Mhm.
YouTube videos a form of art because you do
Yeah.
put your emotions into making that. Um, these people are weird. But yeah, that's about it. For me, that's what I just generally like consider art. In school, we do tend to like read a lot of literature, and I'm assuming you also do
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
And just generally, I've the actual definition of art really comes to mind, and I also would adding a fact that like you shouldn't be like I mean. Would you really be calling art something that like offends people?
Um, art can be like thought provoking, I think.
I suppose so, yeah. But I feel like it matters your message from it. Maybe like,
Yeah.
because, you can hurt people, like, if you're actually giving a stereotype. For example, a lot of times, like, you know how when countries at war, they were usually, like, spread they've actually, well, not nowadays, but back in the like days before actual modern internet was like you know, a thing, they like drew these propaganda like an artwork, and
Mm-hmm.
it kind of is art, but in some case it does kind of like give a wrong perception of certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So it
It's
does, yeah,
yeah, it's art with like with a message behind it. It's more like marketing in that case.
yeah, I suppose so. It
It's
does.
art for the purpose of something else,
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay.
rather than art to like just portray your own creative
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. All right, next question. This one is a little bit more personal. It's like I've already asked what you usually draw, so it's like, you know, event players and, you know, the occasional
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon art, but what inspires you to draw? What gives you the motivation to draw something?
To be honest, most of my motivation comes from seeing how people like enjoy the art afterwards.
Mm,
That's why a lot of my art is fan art or just art from my friends.
yeah.
Because I feel the most like motivation to do it after I see their reactions and how it's made them happy and stuff. That's usually my motivation.
Yeah. I agree with that. I also like make yeah, I also sometimes make 3D artwork. For example, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I made like I think one MCC where I think it was Rambo's team that dressed up as it was Rambo like Antfrost, AMZ and Good Times with Scar dressed up as like FNAF like
Yeah.
animatronics. And I really like that because I was I was an avid lover of FNAF back in the day. I was like, yeah, you know, that would be a cool idea. Like
Mhm.
to like, you know, make it like an artwork out of it. So I did. And nowadays if what I'm making music for, at least, it would be like maybe to like spread a message. Because that's what
Yeah.
motivates me, because I want to say something, but you can't really like, it's not easy to spread your message. So I think like the best way to spread your message from what I have as like resources is gonna be music, like for the
Mhm.
lyrics I'm saying, and like I suppose you can also say like the music also like gives another like feeling, but yeah, for me it would be
Yeah,
like, yeah,
it's impactful when you use something creative.
yeah,
It's more than just like saying words to people. You can get people to pay attention using like different ways, which I think is cool.
yeah. In Bulgarian literature, when we like when the Turkish were like overruling us and they were basically killing us, a lot of people used the like poetry to spread the revolutionary ideas, which I really like. I was really inspired by. It's really like surprising for me because I just generally don't like studying for that. But when you consider like what their message is, it's like inspiring because they just want to like not only just like tell the nation that what they're doing to like us is wrong and it's immoral, but it's also to spread the message to other countries,
Yeah.
to shed light on what we have been through. Yeah. All right.
Oh.
That was a really long topic, but I think
Yeah.
it is a pretty important topic to talk about. I mean, considering how art nowadays is just being represented, and I feel like it's been like a way to like it's been neglected as a way to spread a message, because nowadays you just see like more social media stuff. Oh, we won, nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alright, so my next question is gonna be really more another like one of those philosophical questions. It's gonna be like, what makes an artist unique, like in general? What makes an artist unique from one another?
Ooh. That's
could,
also an interesting
yeah,
question.
that could also be like maybe an artist in the industry, or an artist that's just in a certain community. What is it? What makes them unique?
I think a lot of art is intertwined because people get inspired by others. But I think it becomes unique when they start putting their own like thoughts and emotions into that art
Hmm.
and like create their own style, that kind of thing.
Maybe you could also add on to the fact that they could be spreading a new idea around. That could also make them
Yeah.
unique. Maybe
Yeah.
something that hasn't been recognized. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh no.
Maybe something that hasn't been so talked about, and when they like portray it in their artwork, and more people see it, it also could make them unique. You also died? Oh no, unfortunately. Yeah, our team is just getting killed. I'm for it. That's how I also like separate some music artists. Do they make the music because they wanna show their emotions and like spread a message, or they do it because of the money? And I just really don't find the enjoyment of listening to somebody that is just making music for the money, because it never becomes an interesting topic, because their ideas are all the same, because they're working on a model that has worked for them and that has given them money. And yeah, it's basically that. All right, so the next one is gonna be, woo! Oh shit, this is gonna be interesting, and it's really related to nowadays. So I feel like this is not gonna be a big surprise, but let's talk about AI art.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. What are your thoughts?
Well, I definitely do not enjoy AI art.
Yeah. How so?
Well, it depends on how it's made. I
Huh.
don't like that there's some AI programs who have gone like using the styles of artists who have passed away or anything to like, and using those artworks from the past in order to, you know, recreate that style as AI prompts.
Yeah.
I don't like that aspect. I know some people can use AI to like start their creative process and get ideas. And I don't think, personally, I don't think that part is as bad. You just have to, you know, make sure that the AI you're using, the art that's been, you know, given to it to make its generations, like the artists have agreed to that happening. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. I agree. AR art, usually the way AI art generates art is because they steal from public art, which in my opinion is the bad part of AI art. It's not beneficial to anybody, and it does not create any meaningful art. It just steals and creates these overly saturated artworks that do not hold meaning, are just really boring, and it's just really not. It's just incredibly boring. How do you think AI art could be also helpful to artists? Well, not AI art, just AI in general. How could it benefit art?
That's an interesting. I haven't thought too much about it, but I think AI could definitely help to like start your creative process. I'm not saying to like rely entirely on AI, but like trying to figure out composition or like using it to see how the composition in one of your own pieces could be better or something like that. Just using it as a tool rather than a thing to create the entire artwork. Just a tool to improve yourself and your own skills.
Do you think it could also be helpful in the more agonizing, let's say agonizing parts when you're making artwork? I don't know. I'm not a 2D artist, but what is the hardest thing to do in art from your perspective?
For me, well, I'd say the part that I enjoy the least is usually the line art. because I'm usually very picky about that, because it's like this won't apply to people who paint or anything because they don't use line art. But for artists who do use line art to like boldly outline each shape in their drawing, that's usually the most time consuming part for me. It's just because it's difficult for me to get like a line thickness that I like, or a line that isn't wobbly, which you can use. You can already use like stabilizers and stuff in art programs to help with that.
Yeah.
But
you think it could be useful if like somebody created an AI program that suits what you enjoy when you're from previous artworks? Like it sees that you like this outline, and so it automatically creates this thickness, I think you said.
Yeah.
I also feel like it could, if it didn't entirely make the art, I like it way more as a concept because it doesn't necessarily steal from the artist. And I also feel like it should also ask you for permission to use your art to, like, you know, help the AI, you know.
Yeah, that's my main issue with AI art. It's that if there are like pieces of art that are run through the program and the artists aren't aware of that, that's where I think I don't like it.
Yeah, this is where you draw the line, basically. I also think that even anybody who has like created art knows that it's like really, I know tracing is like one really like dirty way to make art, because you basically blatantly steal from an artist's hard work to make artwork of yourself. I like just stealing, like, not just like stealing the whole art, but you're stealing some like really. Oh my god, I just saw, I just got distracted. I just saw this guy just fall into the void over there. That was just this. Yeah, yeah, it's just basically like mainly stealing from the artwork, but you're stealing the parts that you feel like you're gonna find the most help from. It's not really a reference, it's more you're basically copying the art.
Directly tracing is what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also interesting, because sometimes, I don't know if this is like well known or anything, but sometimes when you're learning art, you do have to trace. But it's usually like, it's not art that you post anywhere. It's not something you claim as your own. It's if you want to practice something like anatomy or something like that.
It could also yeah. You could also just call it a reference.
Yeah. A reference is more like something you have up at the side while you draw, which is also helpful. Usually when you're trying to practice, you go from like it's important to just not claim it as your own. Like art bases exist for a reason, because people make art bases that are either free to use or people can pay to use. But as long as you give credit, then usually it's not an issue. It's really just the credit portion.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways, this AI is a really controversial topic to talk about, because some people are really against using it, but I personally find some use, of course, without stealing from the artists, but if you find a way to help them, I feel like AI could be a really essential part of just making good art. And teaching a person to, you know, learn and teaching person to improve. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it could be used as a tool. I think right now it's being used in ways that are more just theft than anything else.
It's what you like say, direct tracing. It's like direct tracing, but it's like indirect direct tracing.
Yeah.
Because you are stealing from the work, but it's like really hard to say from who you're stealing.
Yeah, because it's like the images are, they're using so many different images to run through and create this. What's funny is there's AI art that's starting to appear on Google.
Oh,
And then the
yeah.
AI will see that and take that. So the AI is starting to feed into itself almost.
Oh, yeah. Well, that kind of could create a really funny paradox. Stealing the AI art to make even more AI art. This could be like, I don't know what can happen if that happens. Like, what would be
Probably
the
just
consequences?
some very messed up drawings.
Yeah, I suppose so. Because, well, nowadays AI art's not really like, its purpose is not really useful because it is just stolen artwork. But
Yeah.
if you
At
steal
this point,
from,
I think artists like still can create much better art. AI art feels soulless a lot of the time. Like it doesn't have any thoughts or emotions behind it.
yeah. So the last topic we're gonna be talking about is something related to the future, and it's like,
Okay.
do you want to use art as a way of living, and how do you think art could benefit you in the future?
So that's kind of something I've been debating with myself recently anyway, because I'm going to university soon. So I have to choose kind of what path I want to take with that. And what I worry about is if I go into the art industry, how AI will affect jobs.
Oh yeah.
How actually financially stable it'll be is a concern. And then there's also the worry that if I do it as an academic rather than a hobby, that I'll find less enjoyment in it because I'll feel more pressured to have to meet deadlines and stuff. That's another thing that I'm worried about.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I actually agree with like your concerns, because AI, the biggest concern about AI is just how it's gonna affect jobs, and will it, you know, where did that guy go? Will it, like, you know, take up some other people's jobs? And this is like gonna be the worst part, because nowadays companies do love to make even more money, and they're willing to use soulless AI art to replace the hard-earning workers for just more money. And I do find it really scummy to do, considering even like big corporations like Pixar that have proven. Oh, I just hit that guy with the
nice.
there. Oh my god. Yeah, like companies like Pixar that have proven themselves of making amazing movies are gonna be following the trend because it's just gonna make them more money, and I don't find it good, because it's just gonna ruin more people's like lives.
I think for me, most likely, I'll end up doing like commissions on the side
Oh yeah.
and focus on something else for my main source of income. That's kind of what I've been doing now while I do school. I've just had it as like a side thing that I can get extra money from.
Yeah, it's like a pocket change. Not, yeah, it's like, yeah, I understand that. It's a nice way of just like earning money without having to go to like a part-time job.
Yeah.
I have to do that in like this summer, but if I could do art, I could also just like, you know, do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely less frequent than a job would be.
Oh yeah. But this
But
just
I find enjoyment from it, so I think it's worth it.
this could come here. Come here. This could also just depend how popular you are.
Yeah.
It does, like, just making commissions. You should factor in, like, if you're popular enough for people to ask for your like art. But I feel like I'm pretty sure you're around my age, so I feel like what you like have as customers is enough just to, like, you know.
Yeah. It definitely is.
Because you're not living from it.
No,
You're just yeah, you're just getting like pocket money. But and
Mhm.
it's also always nice to have it.
Yeah. And commissions is actually the reason I'm able to go to TwitchCon this year,
Oh
which
really?
I think like I wouldn't have been able to imagine that I'd get to, you know, make money from making art for my friends and then use that to actually be able to see my friends. I think that's really cool.
Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, if you're going to TwitchCon, say hi to keyshinx from me.
Yes.
But
I'll
yeah.
have little stickers, hopefully, if they
Oh
arrive on
yeah,
time.
sell this. Yeah, you're gonna just. Oh yeah, just like draw your friends and just give them to them. Say yeah, $5
$5, thanks.
behind you.
Okay, maybe I don't got it.
It's okay. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Go follow keyshinx, by the way.
Yeah.
They make awesome art. Ask them to make art and in exchange for some money. And give me more topics to talk about, and I will. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.